1, 2, 3 pallets, and then we deconstructed one and added the sides here. Well, now we look like we're doing this old house, doesn't it? Because that's about how they do. That's a shot.
Yeah.
No, it looks good.
I'm here today with my friend George to talk about how do you garden.
Hi. I want to tell you about the raised bed that we're building out here in the backyard. This is we call it the white trash raised bed. It's made out of pallets and 2x4s. Hi, I'm George, and I'm going to tell you about the raised bed garden that we built out here on our deck behind our house. We started out trying to come up with an idea to keep tomatoes in our backyard that keep them away from the dogs and grow enough that we could have. So we decided to come up with this idea about a raised garden. And the raised garden is built with some old pallets that we acquired. And the key here was we wanted to have about 6 tomato plants. And we didn't want to have to deal with all the soil and everything that came with it. So Judy, my wife, came up with this great idea to put the tomatoes actually in the bags themselves. These are plain old 50-pound manure bags, and all we did was build the pallet the correct size to fit 3 bags, because we thought we could get 3 tomatoes into each bag. So we built the pallet, and it's built basically with 1, 2, 3 pallets, and then we deconstructed one and added the sides here so these bags would be supported. And then with the 2x4s, we have it set so this thing you can actually move it around if you need to, but it's pretty much set now. And we'll just wait to see how the tomatoes grow. I'm pretty excited about the way it came out.
I'm here today with my friend George to talk about how do you garden. So George, tell me a little bit about your gardening experiences.
Well, I basically have no experience in gardening, and I'm really kind of good at putting together the gardens that my wife designs, but I'm a rookie when it comes to gardening for the most part.
What have you learned, or share with the viewers what you've learned from DIY home and garden projects?
Well, I tell you what I've really learned is that I don't know a whole lot about gardening, but I've also learned that we can grow a lot of things in this crazy Texas climate by just having the right soils, right water, and starting the plants the right way and getting them good and healthy before we put them out into the elements.
Kind of like the raised bed for vegetables, for the tomatoes you did today.
Yep, and we didn't even know until watching your video about the tomatoes that we could plant them in pure manure.
Well,
so,
how do you find inspiration in gardening?
One of the key things about that we've done with our gardens is sort of take it from other people. We go along in various areas and we'll drive and say, oh, that house looks nice. I'd like to do that. As we've done out here in our front yard, we've put in a whole front wall made out of organic stone. And
so the hardscape you put in.
I put in the hardscape, and the boss over here puts in the plants.
Okay, great. So George, tell me a little bit about what you find interesting about gardening.
Well, yeah, we have a basic philosophy about our garden, and that is we really don't want to have to do any maintenance on it. So our garden has to be very simple. It has to be able to stand the beating the dogs give it, and we wanted the yard to look nice, and we really enjoy the way it looks, but planting annuals and things like that has never been really what we do in gardening. So we planted all perennials, and we enjoy really looking at it and having the benefits of it without doing too much work.
Okay. So through the years, have you had any particular gardening mentors?
Well, I have. I've had Bodie, and I've had a wife who I've been married to for 35 years who's helped me make very good choices.
Very good. So do you have any favorite public gardens that you really admire?
I really do. I love the Arboretum. The Dallas Arboretum is a fantastic facility. Also in Tulsa, really enjoy going to Philbrook. Fabulous this time of year with the dogwoods and the azaleas, and the redbuds. It's just a great place.
We're good. Okay.
We can ad-lib this part in too. Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Thanks, George. It was fun.
It was fun.
See you on the golf course.
All right, bud.